Welcome to Krendar's Adventures, everybody, and welcome to the first hour of Dungeons 3. Now, quick disclaimer, I was given a copy of this game for free by the developers, but there was no agreement signed that forces me to say anything in particular about the game as usual. All reactions, opinions, and thoughts over the next hour are entirely my own honest opinions and thoughts and reactions. Now, this game is one that, overall, later bits of the campaign are probably going to be a bit slower paced, so I don't intend to do a full playthrough of this game. But I did want to show this game to you all. It's a dungeon sim type of game, like Dungeon Keeper, and while Dungeons 1 was not great, it was okay. Dungeons 2 was quite a lot better, so I'm really curious to see what Dungeons 3 has for us, other than a title screen that can't sit in one place for half a second, apparently. Let's jump in, shall we?
The shadow of absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Thalya. A long, long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius evil joyfully burst from its secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't give a hoot about its minions' evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well. The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the perfect target in mind.
Well, that's one good reason for why we don't have our armies from the last game anymore.
The great paladin Tanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Twistram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Thalya.
Twistram. Ha! See what you did there.
Well now, Thalya, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father. I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
Really? Excellent. I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Janos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. Your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whumph! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered. Animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family.
The shadow. Guess we're gonna be possessing our... That's a dark elf. I wonder why he's adopted a dark elf.
The shadow of the far-off evil found itself very, very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors. And there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. I trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry. I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature. But, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light.
I wonder what it does. Is it just cause damage to us, or what
The
are we gonna do about
shadow
this
reached
guy?
the entrance to Twistram. Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers. As long as it wasn't in the light, the shadow of absolute evil melded with the guard and took control of his body. Thus, it was able to pass through the gate with ease.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with that last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate. The shadow's target was close, so close. Thalya, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
Well, I don't know. I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, this orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
Yeah, all right. We'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terrors or errors or something like that.
I mean, the script writing was never all that great in these games, but the gameplay is good at least. Or at least it will be once we get past this intro section. This guy's got a torch, so we can't do much about him. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop being there.
Stop holding the lantern in my face like that, boy. I am Grimly.
I am Grimly. Okay, we don't really need to know what your name is every 5 seconds, pal. We already know that. A strange way to start the game off, I have to
the
say.
unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes with lanterns began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
I wonder why they call it the fatiguing library. Is that a pun on something that I don't know about?
Orphanage in the fatiguing library for our goddess, and in the name of my father Tanos, I'm glad to see so many of you here of your own free will.
Oh yeah. They didn't get badgered into it at all, did they? Oh, here we go.
Finally, the time had come, and the shadow of the passes in the slope.
My dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it.
What did she say?
Die! I feel the power within me. Oh, it's over 9,000!
Unimagined powers surfaced in Thalya, the black magic of the Dark Elves. She immediately began to unleash these powers of chaos.
Either over 9,000 or it's elite. Now what do I do? Kill these.
I will kill you all!
The Dark Elf raged through Twistrom's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focus beam, while screaming, Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Thalya to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clunking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Thalya had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistrom. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Thalya withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, Between the slaughterhouse and mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely, ultimately evil. A dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Thalya's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster daughter's dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong.
Okay.
Twistram in ruins. Thalya, the dark elf, had turned to...
Get a proper mission going here, shall we?
Twistram looked like the leftovers from a heavy metal concert.
What? What have I done? Oh no! I've fallen to evil again. Father will be beside himself. He was right when he said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Although, in a way, it was fun to be evil. Burning things, pillaging, and showing those nasty goody two-shoes where the hammer hangs. They just look down at me anyway. My revenge will be terrible.
While Thalya was delivering a typical villainous monologue, something happened around her. From the depths arose a pulsating crystal, filled with the magic-savvy evil's power. A dungeon heart. Not to be confused with those dungeon hearts from other games. We don't want to be sued again.
Hello, greetings. What seems to be your boggle?
Secret mental messages were exchanged between Thalya and the mentally savvy evil's crystal. We could explain this in detail at this point, but that would require a 3-hour monologue on my part, and I am definitely not being paid enough for that.
Right then. I will make these people suffer for mocking me. Father's henchmen never liked me anyway, and always insulted me, calling me pointy-eared. It's time for my well-deserved revenge!
The game logic internalizing evil had given Thalya an assignment. Out there on the surface were shamelessly good places in urgent need of destruction.
Right, let's check something real quick so I know how to rotate this thing. You jump page down,
no
okay.
problem. I'll take care of it. I and an evil army.
Oh, I can't do it permanently?
The strategically well-versed evil did not send its new general into battle alone. A dungeon had to be built.
No way to permanently rotate it? I don't like it being on this tilt like this. I think I can, though. Oh well.
And creatures hired to provide her with a powerful army. Of course, the sophisticatedly thinking evil already knew which way the wind blew in a dungeon. However, should it be hit by short-term memory loss, it could effortlessly look up things in the fabulous almanac.
A little weird the way this gauntlet is floating around like that. So slowly. Behind everything.
A room has been excavated in the underground.
Turn that glove off. And oh well. Okay. Okay, they're not over tutorializing us. That's interesting.
Helpers had not been idle. Well, they hadn't exhausted themselves either, but anyway, there were now some research projects the researching evil could pursue. The new improved research menu, TM, was now available.
New improved research menu? Where? Where is it? There it
The
is.
new improved research menu, TM, opened and gave an overview of currently available technologies. At the moment, the selection was still limited, but that would change. After all, this evil crusade had only just begun.
More little snots. Sounds good. Actually, a gobbler farm, I probably need that. Yeah. Alright, rooms. Let's see. Do a treasury and we can do gobbler farm. Well, we're gonna need a gobbler farm, so... And I assume we need it. Feed our people. Well, the people that we're gonna have later anyway. Let's see. Oh, okay. An upgrade for critter. Alrighty then, so 5 little snots right now. We have no lecture hall. Not sure what that does. I guess it improves research later, I would assume. Ooh. A lot of gold waiting for us there. We've got all this stuff too. Okay, so let's take that stuff out.
Payday!
Isn't that where I tried to build the
A
gobblers?
spider nest has been unearthed.
Uh-oh. That's trouble. Okay. Try building the gobblers here instead. Because that kind of messed us up for that. Actually, wait. Don't have any other rooms yet. Maybe we have to research other rooms. Orc creatures, what, more than 0? Okay, let's research the hideout. Okay, so now we can build a hideout. It's basically my barracks, in essence. Seems like. Where do these spiders show up? They already get killed? Not that I have an army, but Thalya can fight. Yeah, I guess I already got them or something. Or are they talking about this? Wage reduction. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, I can choose a single creature to reduce the weight, the costs of, but I don't have any right now. Okay, let's see. Goblins. They're like rogues, because they're like fighters. They need more barracks area. Oh, there is. Thalya. Kill this thing, would you? No? You're not gonna fight?
For evil!
There we go. Just drop her off in here. Get that guy, would you?
Ouch!
Make a nice big barracks over here, shall we? And you know what? Let's get find another snotling. Maybe get more chickens in here as well. Where should I build another? I'll do it over here. More gobblers. And oh, there's my money. I can't take this stuff. Wait, I can't. Oh, I was carrying some gold. Okay, that was weird. Okay. Gobos, and we are full. Alright, let's just make this into a silly, huge barracks, or whatever they call the hideout. Now, I know there's a way to put these guys into like control groups or something, but I don't remember how.
Payday.
Or should I say, it's going to be different from the way I did it in the other game anyway. Let's see. Now this is a bit different from other dungeon sims in the sense that you can send your creatures up to the surface. And when they're on the surface, they play like it's a real-time strategy game. Now let's see. There's gotta be a way to... Actually, I think you can't assign them to control groups until they're on the surface anyways. And then you just do it the same way you do with other real-time strategy games. We have to just wait until then anyway. You know what? Let's. No. I'll leave it the way it is. It's fine. Alright, let's do more research. So we need whatever that red thing is to make these guys better. I do not know how to get just yet. Maybe that'll be something that happens on future maps. Probably evilness. Whatever that means. So let's give this guy extra armor.
Countless spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting.
Not working for some reason. Oh damn, look at all this stuff. How do I get my guys to go into battle? There you go. You click on there to pick them up, then you right click somewhere to drop them. That's one way to do it anyway. Get them! Get them spiders is. You know what, let's build a treasury in here since we have that infinite thing. Wait, also. Oh, I never tagged that. Okay. Explains a few things. Build a treasury in here. I can dig this thing out infinitely for money, so I might as well have that be where my treasury is. So I can just drop the money right there. Also means I can hold more money at a time. Yeah, let's get one more snotling. And I guess... Oh no, now we need evilness. Okay. Well, let's see. One of each. Oh, they just drop them right where I am. Okay. Looks like we can't select a whole lot of stuff here. Alright, so I think we're probably ready to start rampaging at this point. Not much else for us to do. Make more gobblers though, just in case. Might as well have plenty of them. Okay. Now in the other games there was a flag you could use to order your people around, but I didn't see that coming up here.
Payday.
Let's let these people get their money. And then we'll start going to the surface. Prepaid? Alright. Now. And...
Death from above!
Okay. Now we're on the surface.
Everything good must die.
Well then, that's the attitude.
Blinding beams of light met the dauntless evil's creatures. They briefly squinted at the disgusting brightness. Finally, they grinned, satisfied. At last, they were able to carry the battle to the good people, and were not limited to protecting themselves in a dungeon, as is the case with other representatives of the genre.
Follow me, sons of Rohan. I mean, my vicious hordes. Let's get these tree huggers and wimps.
Now, let's check one more thing in the controls here. Do we have a attack move button? Doesn't look like it. Okay.
The armies of evil reached one of those disgustingly good places that had survived the destruction of Twistram. The ice-cold hand, I mean evil, would deal with it immediately.
Get him.
The little town of Good was destroyed and turned into a hotbed of evilness. Cracks formed on the surface, and something, yes, evil, rose from the depths. This evilness, in a practical spherical form, was the sweet lifeblood which flowed through the personified evil's veins. It stimulated the armies of evil and swelled their power. All this lofty blah blah without any impact on the game aside, it was another resource primarily or exclusively used for more powerful research. Delicious evilness flowed into the dungeon heart and filled it with power. New research was thus made available, which would help the dungeon to even greater power. The impatient evil immediately began to research something.
Okay, let's send everybody back in so they can heal. And let's look at that research. Let's see, what do we want to do first?
Yeah, what is going on here? I feel a disturbance in the force.
The deeds of the conspicuous evil and its henchmen had not gone unnoticed. As a matter of fact, even a blind man could see the destruction they left behind them. As idiotic heroes do, they sent out a small patrol to scout the area.
Move out, men. Have a look around and report back to me. While I would love to accompany you myself, I'm currently, teaching myself to play the ukulele.
Once they're back in the dungeon, they revert back to behaving the way they would normally behave in the dungeon, so they should go get some sleep, heal themselves up, that sort of thing.
Uh-oh, a spider nest has been unearthed.
We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Where is everybody? They're sleeping, of course. What else would they be doing?
The bustling evil had discovered a room in the underground.
Oh, we can do that research now. So let's make our people stronger. Oh Only a very small amount, though.
Oh no! The studio burned down, and I was going to come here tonight for Pilates.
And again, what else am I going to do? Oh, more creatures. That's one thing I'm going to do. Yeah, let's get a little bit more gold in.
Enemies have...
Hey, where does this lead? We should take a closer look.
The first heroes had discovered the not-so-well-hidden evil's dungeon and now entered its depths. Of course, the insidious evil had already prepared a despicable reception for them. At least I hope.
Even if that's not the case, I will kill these ridiculous do-gooders myself. They will pay for mocking me over the years.
Hidden girl.
Wait a minute. What am I saying? These are my friends. How can I plan their deaths?
Thalya had chosen an extremely unfavorable time for moral doubts. Luckily, her evil dark elf heritage prevailed. Hey, Thalya, you're evil, so act like it.
What? Oh, yeah, okay. Kill them all!
There we go. Okay. Now. More creatures, please. Let's get to, let's say, at least. For now. There we go. Now after this, I'll start improving their actual stats. Now let me check the options one more time. Is there a rally button in here that I just don't know about? Oh, we have an almanac and 6. What's in here? Nothing that's useful right now. Okay. You could definitely use a rally flag. Now let's see. Guess we'll make some more barracks room. I'm going to be needing that. Build some more gobblers in here. What the hell just happened to my sound? Should be making some sound, shouldn't it? Oh well, whatever. Research. Okay, now everybody was healed, right? Thalya. She's ranged anyway, so that's fine. Okay, let's get everybody back to the surface. Alright, what should we attack next? We already took that over. I think we'll get these over here next. Oh, I am missing some sound effects here. Hold on. What the heck? Did I accidentally hit some kind of mute button? I think we may have hit a bug. Don't know why combat's gone silent, but there you go. Well, the game did just come out, so I mean, there's gonna be some glitches. What can I say? Gameplay's been okay so far, though. Like I said, a little slow pace, but I like that with this kind of game. That's fine. It's expected. I knew how to get the sound effects going here again, though. Actually, let's try something. Oh, adjusting the volume didn't make it kick in. Thought that might kind of de-glitch it, but I guess not. Alright, well, let's kill these guys over here. That silence really is bizarre. Oh, some level ups for people. That's nice to have. Oh, meta commentary. We've got subtitles on though, huh? Otherwise we would have no idea what was going on. Alright, everybody back to the dungeon. Wait. Kill these guys first. Lost a couple troops. We want to heal up everybody else though. Okay, everybody back. Okay. Now. What else do we have to deal with down? Got all this other extra stuff we can dig out, but there's no really big need to do so. It seemed like. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. Oops. Didn't want that. I'm going to build another hideout up here just so I have one closer to the entrance. Now let's see, what would we lost 3 of these guys. 5 more of those. Guess I don't really need to dig out the gold so much. I've got this infinite gold thing down here anyway. But, you know. I don't know if we really need more people. I want to keep giving them upgrades instead. That'd be nice to have. Actually, what's my current upgrade level? 20% life and 8% health, or damage. Not bad. Once people have healed up, we'll send them right back out. Treasury's looking good. Feels weird how quiet this game is right now, but I don't know how to do anything about that, honestly. Oh, Thalya's taking damage. The waves have arrived, I suppose. One of them has, anyway. Yeah, she's fine. Actually, let's upgrade her. A little bit, anyway. Okay. You know what? I think we're good enough. That's weird. It looked like I was taking damage when I came out. Why that happened. In any case, let's head over to this thing. Trash that. I'm going to want to trash this. I think trashing this one will give us more evil income. So that's a priority. And one in the upper left-hand corner as well, I think. Kill the novice first. I think that's probably their healer. Also, I just wanted to note at this point that I forgot to start my timer right at the beginning of everything, so I'll probably could be a few minutes off of the hour, but I don't think that's that important. Oh man, one guy's really close to being dead. Oh wait. This nonsense over here. Guy's toast now for sure. Oh, he survived. Okay. Amazingly. I'm going to see if I can finish off this level, and then we'll call it there, I think. I think we have a good idea of what's going on with this game at this point. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh. Their sound all just come back? Random. What was that? I think that was an autosave. Well, it's nice to have our music back anyway. Alright, guys. Get him. Well, no sound effects, but at least we have our music. Oh, never mind. There it goes. Yeah, this game is glitchy. I'm sure they'll fix that, though. Never really happened in the last game. I'm sure that'll get sorted out. Right, get him. Get him. Campaign seems to be off to a good start. Also, I'm not sure what happened with the Nagas. I unlocked Nagas or something? Or maybe no, I didn't have the evil point. Fine. I think that's what happened. I think they're healers, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there we go. They're healing. They're overwhelmed though, so they're gonna die. Alright, so this has been Dungeons 3, the first hour. Thank you very much for watching.